Welcome out to Irwindale Speedway. Was ASRC back in action here for week number 8 of the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour in Upstate L, alongside Racing Jason to bring all of tonight's racing action from Irwindale Inner. And we want to thank Postma Flooring for being the title sponsor for the 2025 Late Model Stock Tour and serving Lower Michigan and specializing in luxury vinyl plank tile, carpet, and other flooring. Contact Zach Postma today to schedule your next flooring covering projects at 616-818-8980. I'd also like to thank our sponsor, LaPlante Racing Products, as they are tonight's Triple Crown Series, race number 2 of that series here tonight. Well, LaPlante Racing Products specializes in the prevention of scaphoid wrist injury in racing. The patent-pending LaPlante steering coupling device, or also known as SCD, is designed by a driver for drivers of open-wheel race cars to protect the driver's wrist and front end impacts across the country. For more information, look up LaPlante Racing Products here for tonight's Triple Crown Series race. And alongside, we'll bring in Racing Jason. And Racing Jason, we are here at one of your favorite racetracks, the Irwindale Inner.
Oh, absolutely. I tell you what, this inner track is always exciting now. A lot of bumper cars going on. It's gonna be a good race, you know. Well, we got 120 laps tonight, race number 8. I'm ready.
It should be a good night of racing and qualifying just about wrapping up here before we go into our 4 cars of qualifying. We will have a last chance qualifying here tonight, as you know. Right now, we take a look there is we get ready to go here as you watch the heat race number 1 getting ready to line up on the grid. Top 5 cars will automatically lock themselves into the night show. Everyone else will go into the last chance showdown a little bit later on. We'll send 1 car home here tonight, Dobbs. So 1 car making the tow out here will have to not run or not be able to run here tonight. But take a look here at your starting lineup for heat race number 1. The Zach Nichols, your current high points man, will roll off on the pole outside of him. The number 21, a multi-time feature winner this season, Greggy Long. Braxton Oise will roll off in row number 2 on the inside, and outside of him, the number 2 in the Gawker Racing car number 2. This is Jimmy Gawker. Hayden Swank out of Georgia will roll off 5th. Outside of him, the number 36 of Brad Gresham. And shotgun on the field, the Home Depot entry, building it right, John DeMeester. That is your 7-car field here in heat race number 1 as we get ready to go here this evening. I want to welcome you all in here, and we want to thank you all for being a part of tonight's broadcast. We got Chris DeWeese chiming in out there on our Facebook chat, or not Facebook chat, our YouTube chat. We thank you guys for tuning in each and every week. We really do appreciate y'all being out here with us and being a part of tonight's broadcast here. So heat race action getting ready to take off. Jason, what's your thoughts here heading into tonight's racing action?
Well, probably typical heat racing. You know, single file out. No, I'm just kidding. I hope it's some good racing now. I hope that Zach Nichols right here, Greg Long, Braxton Weiss, even Jimmy Gawker should be a good battle. Hayden Swank's in there. Going to be a good battle. We'll see who gets that top 5 position and makes the show here.
It definitely will be. The field going to roll down here into turns 3 and 4. Remember, little bull ring action, not a lot of speed. We're going to see, I think it's going to see some contact. Out here, a green flag is up, and we are underway with heat race number 1. 12 laps is the distance. Remember, top 5 will make it into tonight's broadcast, or into tonight's A main. Everyone else will have to go to that dreaded last chance qualifier. Now early on, Zach Nichols is going to take the early race lead over Greggy Long and Braxton Oise. They make a little bit of contact. Remember, 1 week ago, heartbreaker for the number 8 car, had a great run going, and it all was for naught coming off of turn number 4. He's going to try to put that in the rearview mirror and get a win here tonight. Already 2 laps down here at the Irwindale Inner, and these laps are going to go by quick, just sub 15-second lap times.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of no banking at all hardly here at this old inner track. And Braxton Weiss got by. Here comes Swank on the inside. Long's just in a bad position, started up for P2 on the outside, and it's not worked out.
The good news for him is right now the number 2 of Gawker sits above the line, and they have a gap back to that 6th place running of John DeMeester. So he's got a little bit of the stuff there. He gets a little bit sideways there. Now Greggy Long going to go around, and that'll bring out our first Tallarico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag of the evening. Yellow flags will not count during our qualifying heat races, as you'll see that there.
Yeah, and I don't know, Al, but maybe Long should have. I know it's racing. I know you want to try to race your way out, but maybe he should have just backed off, a little bit in this heat race and stayed in the 5th position, not get himself wrecked there.
Yeah, remember there will be that random redraw here after these heat races are complete during the last chance qualifier. It'll take place back in the garage area. So just got to be inside the top 5 to make it into tonight's race. That's all you got to do. And right now, Greggy Long going to be on the outside looking in. Unless he does it like I do it and like to make the B main just for extra race time. Get a little bit more bang for your buck for, putting that entry fee in.
There you go. Zach Nichols, he must have missed a setup tonight, Al. That 44 car's hooked.
That's missing the setup?
I was just trying to be smart like Al or something, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you do wear a hat, and your dad called you son, so I don't know. Green flag about to be back up. We're back underway. Here's the Tallarico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag. Will go back into its holster. We are back racing. Oh, the 35 of Swank going to go around. And so far we stay green, but Hayden Swank going to be on the outside looking in. John DeMeester and Gresham now side by side for that final transfer spot, the 36 car. Looking there, 6 laps in, 6 laps to go. Greggy Long already back into the 4th spot as Braxton Luis up on the outside. A little bit of contact.
Whoa.
This is just the heat race. This is just the heat race.
Oh, I can't wait. Oh, what's Braxton Luis going to get a little tag back right there, though, Greggy Long. Said you hit me, I'm going to hit you, cowboy.
4 laps to go. All this happening behind the 44 car of Zach Nichols, who has checked out from Jimmy Gawker and Greggy Long. The 8 car of DeWeese running in 4th, and Gresham going to be their final lock-in car here in heat race number 1. If this time by, parallel flags are up, 2 laps to go.
Yeah, 2 to go. Zach Nichols, he has just left the whole state of this place. I don't even know where Irwindale's at, but he's gone. Well, he's on another level.
Irwindale is leveled in real life, so I'm glad that we have it here to race in the virtual world. White flag is up. Final trip around the Speedway. Zach Nichols, your race leader, works off turn number 2 and down the backstretch into turn number 3 for the final time in heat race number 1. Zach Nichols is going to pick up the heat race win. Gawker will come home in 2nd. 3rd to Greggy Long, Braxton Luis, and Gresham going to be your final transfer spot here in heat race number 1 as the yellow flag will come out. That'll put John DeMeester and Hayden Swank into tonight's last chance showdown a little bit later. But as we get ready to go, heat race number 2 looks like this. Your Postma Flooring starting lineup sees Jaden Kratacci up on the front row here. On the outside of him, the Quick Time Motorsports Media, number 93. This is Andrew Payne. Brandon Kiger in car number 85 will roll off 3rd, and outside of him, the lapped car Motorsports number 45 of Andrew Hardings. The 990 of T.J. Hassan will roll off 5th, and outside of him, the number 25 of Colby Garrett. And shotgun on the field in car number 38, it is Braden Cook. So those are your 7-car field here as we get ready to go with heat race number 2. And what do you think these drivers learned here in the first heat race?
That if you had the same setup as the 44 car, you're going to be fast. And If you're on the outside looking in, you better hold on because that outside line is not where you want to be.
It definitely is not. Kratacci and Payne up on the front row. Heat race number 2. About to go green here as they come off of turn number 4. Top 5 cars will make it into tonight's program. Everyone else to the last chance showdown. Green flag is up and we are underway.
Kratacci got a good launch also on that inside. Car got loose right there coming out of turn 2. That's kind of sketchy, Al.
It definitely was there. The 45 of Hardings in fourth. Braden Cook now trying to work underneath the 25 of Garrett. Garrett at Pennzoil, number 25 this week. Good looking hot rod back there. They battle for the 6th spot. The 990 of Hassan is your final lock-in car. As once again your race leader has checked out. As they are all playing bumper tag here, fighting for that final transfer spot.
Yeah, they are, and they're all under a blanket right here. 2nd all the way to 7th. 3 wide further back. I mean, this is good racing here in this heat race number 2.
25 of Garrett trying to make that outside work. And I think a little bit later on in these longer runs of a race here tonight, you're going to see it where they take and have a little bit better of a run on the outside, especially when you get that conveyor belt going into the bottom. Glad to have Mark out there. Mark, we're going to miss you out on the racetrack as well, buddy. As Andrew Payne runs there in spot number 3. Kratacci already 1.5 seconds out in front of this one. With that battle for the transfer.
Got to realize this is pit road right here, Al. We're racing on pit road.
Yeah, normally this would be the pit road. Oh, one car a little bit sideways. That was Garrett and Braden Cook making contact as they're all battling to get around the 990 of Hassan. Hassan has that final transfer position here tonight, here in heat race number 2.
You can see the marbles already starting to build up also, Al. I don't know if you can at home, but they are starting to build up way heavy here in the studio up here in the booth.
Well, stop dropping the popcorn on the floor.
Well, I can't help it. I got butterfingers.
Oh, pass one over then. 3 laps to go. Kratacci out front over Kiger. Payne, your top 3. Hardings runs in 4th. TJ Hassan now has a little bit of breathing space between himself, Garrett, and Cook for that final transfer spot with 2 laps to go. This time Cook up underneath the number 25 of Garrett. He's going to make that move into the 6th spot. Does he have enough time to chase down the 990 of Hassan? Garrett drives in, deep little contact. Final trip around the Speedway. That's going to seal it. Kratacci down the backstretch for the final time through turns 3 and 4. Jaden Kratacci leading checkered, green to checkered here in heat race number 2. Kiger will come home 2nd. Andrew Payne in 3rd. 4th spot to Hardings, Hassan, Cook, and Garrett will round out your finishing order there in heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, lining up on the racetrack, and Racing Jason has your lineup.
Absolutely. Starting on the front row, and the number 97 will be the number, my fault, in the number 97 be Riley Duncan. And starting on the outside will be the fan favorite himself, the number 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Starting on the inside row number 2 will be the 20 car of Reagan Ford, and on the outside of him will be the number 78 of JJ McRae. Starting on the 3rd row on the inside will be the number 38, one of my favorite FBBs out there in social media, Mr. David Payton. And starting on the outside of him, the number 86 of Stephen Hoffman. Starting shotgun in the field will be the number 73 of Jamie Prevost.
That is your starting lineup, and Jamie Prevost having a special paint scheme here as March is recognized as the National Kidney Month, a time to raise awareness about kidney health and the importance of kidney disease prevention. Kidney disease affects over 37 million Americans, with many more at risk due to factors like diabetes, high blood pressure, and family history. During Kidney Awareness Month, organizations and individuals come together to promote education, advocacy, and research efforts focused on kidney health. Simple steps like staying hydrated, maintaining a healthy weight, and managing blood pressure can help support kidney function and reduce the risk of kidney disease. So Jamie Prevost, a very big advocate of that, and look at that beautiful paint job there as we are underway. And it is the 97 of Riley Duncan jumping out to that early race heat race lead here, 1 lap into the books.
Yeah, he hasn't took away like the other two has. Tanner Tallarico running a way crazy outside line in that Hendrick.com Kyle Larson wannabe car. And then the 20th Ford right there also on the inside, wanting that second position.
Wannabe car. He says Tallarico working the outside. When he comes up here and fights you, I'm not helping.
Oh, man, I had to say it.
I know. How about David Payton up to the 4th spot? He's brought Hoffman into 5th. Everyone jiving around here. Duncan leads it over Tallarico, Ford, Payton, and Hoffman in that final restart or final transfer spot. But he is being hounded by the 78 Caterpillar entry of J.J. McCrae. Jamie Prevost in the 73 running in 7th spot right now. As you see everybody trying to pretty much single filing it out. Trying to make something happen. Tallarico all over the back bumper though.
He is. He's there. But I think that Duncan gets a better launch off his corners and everything. He's a leader and he's not looking out the mirror. He's living out the front windshield. He's doing a good job holding Tanner back there.
He is doing a great job right now holding on there. This time by, it'll be 6 laps in, 5 laps to go here as they cross the stripe just past the halfway point. And this has been the closest heat race that we've seen between the first 2 heat races. Kratacci and Nichols both ran away and hid. And right now, Riley Duncan showing away up at the front of this one.
Yeah, and Tanner right there had to hit the binders pretty hard. He almost got in the back of him. Didn't want to spit him out. Didn't want to rattle his cage just a little bit. But, you know, another thing these drivers got to watch out for tonight, Al, is if you go too low, you're going to get black flagged, and it's going to hold you a couple of seconds, slow you down. And that won't be good if you keep diving off way down in the bottom below the yellow paint.
Absolutely. There is a little bit of an out of bounds as normally they've taken out the Armco barriers on the inside of the racetrack. This is normally the pit road that you see us use when we come short track racing here at Irwindale with 2 laps to go. Reagan, Payton, and Hoffman holding on to that 5th and final transfer spot as we watch the battle for the race lead. White flag is up. Tallarico takes a look to the inside. Duncan slams the door in the turn number 1.
Yeah, he did. I think he can hold him off right here. He got a little sideways there. Coming down the back straightaway, coming in off in turn number 3. Tanner may give him a shot. Says no, go ahead. Riley Duncan going to pick up heat race number 3.
Duncan going to hold off Tallarico for that race win. Ford, Payton, and Hoffman. Your final transfer, McCrae and Prevost, will all go to tonight's B main coming up in a little bit. We have one more heat race to go before we get into that last chance qualifier. And here is your Postma Flooring starting lineup by Racing Jason.
Absolutely, Al. Starting P number 1 in the 1 number 30 car tonight will be Luke Shannon. And on the outside of him will be the number 88 of Chuck Darling. Starting P number 3 tonight in the 18 Rowdy Energy car will be Devin McDonald. And starting in the P4 will be the number 5 of Tim Rogers. Starting in shotgun to the field on the outside of row number 3 will be the 03 of Mike McCaskill.
No love for Zach Coyer?
Oh yeah, Zach Coyer. I didn't see him. Oh, Mike McCaskill was P5. My fault.
My, oh my.
Let me get this. Starting shotgun to the field will be the number 013 of Mr. Zach Colbeer Coyer.
A lot of threes in this heat race.
I had a Clint Boyer moment there, Al. My fault.
Well, I see the resemblance.
He says you're not going to do Zach Coyer?
Oh, you're something else.
My man rocking the Detroit Lions. Is that what that is tonight? Is that cold beer?
It is cold beer.
Wow. What did they win? They were champions. champions alive.
I guess. Green flag is up. We're underway. We will see what kind of heat race we're going to get here as Devin McDonald quickly moving up underneath the 18 of Chuck Darling here in heat race number 4. They are 3 wide a little bit back here between Rogers, and Rogers on the outside line, and he is going to go all the way back here to P number 6, and he is on the outside. He's below that red cutoff line on your screen. Is Coyer.
Not good.
Coyer moving up into the number 4 position.
He's coming right there. Can't believe I forgot Zach Coldbeer Coyer right there. Cannot believe it.
Mark's ready to fight you in the chat.
I see that over there. He's ready to go, isn't he?
We miss him out here on the racetrack. Glad you're tuning in, Mark. Glad to have everybody tuning on in here for round number 8 of the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Division here for the LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series leg number 2 of that here tonight. And the number 13 of Shannon out front over the 18 of Devin McDonald. Chuck Darling has settled into that 3rd spot. Tim Rogers now back around to 0-3 of Mike McCaskill as they battle it out. 6 flat laps in, 6 laps to go. Cross flags for this heat race, final heat race of the evening. I tell you, I'm getting pretty excited for this feature here tonight.
Yeah, the racing so far has been just like we thought, you know.
Oh, contact in the back for the final transfer spot. They're both going to go around. They both get pointed in the right direction. And so far we're staying green. And they get back on the racetrack together, and they're going to have to battle it out over these next 4 laps for that final transfer spot. Right in front of your race leader. And I think we're going to have some tempers here tonight.
Oh, absolutely. They have brought in extra security tonight, Al.
Chuck Darling taking a look up underneath the 18 car of McDonald. Can't do anything. McDonald running a higher line so far in this heat race, and it seems to be paying off. Holding on to that number 2 spot. Final lap around, though, for the 13 of Shannon. Luke Shannon out here on the front of this one, working down the backstretch for the final time. Transfer spot right in front of him. We'll go to that battle as soon as he crosses the line here, and Shannon going to pick up the win. Now the race is on for the final transfer spot. Down the backstretch, Tim Rogers, one last ditch effort. He drives in deep, tries to get up underneath the 3 of McCaskill. Ooh. And McCaskill is going to hold on to that final transfer spot here in the 4th heat race. And those two will not be exchanging Christmas cards here.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Here tonight. And now this is it, Dobbs. This is where you need to
hunt the front, baby.
Hunt the front. You want to be in any spot but 7th here in this last chance showdown presented by Postma Flooring and LaPlante Racing Products. Here is your starting lineup. On the pole in the car number 2, it is John DeMeester. Outside of him, out of Michigan, it is the 038 of Braden Cook. J.J. McCrae out of Canada will roll off 3rd, and outside of him, the Rogers Racing car number 5. This is Tim Rogers. Hayden Swank and Colby Garrett make up row number 3, and Jamie Prevost in that National Kidney Foundation car number 73 will roll off 7th. One car out of here will have to go to the box and be up in the grandstands eating popcorn, watching tonight's 120-lap main event. You do not want to be that driver, but they get one last chance for redemption here in the last chance showdown.
Yeah, and I don't know if you know this or not, Al, but they've got some awesome funnel cakes up here, too, just right behind the grandstand area. That's where I would go if I didn't make the show.
That's where you're going to go during the break?
I'd probably get some of that hot chocolate syrup, maybe lick my fingers up here in the booth while you're watching.
Well, I don't want to watch that, but I was hoping maybe you could bring me one.
What about some powdered sugar, by golly?
Oh, I do like the powdered sugar.
Oh, right. Fat boys got to eat, baby. We're going to go last chance qualifying now. I'm fired up for this.
Last chance qualifying. Here we go. The pace car hits the gas pedal. It leaves the field in the John DeMeester. And Brandon Cook green flag is up. And we are underway. 20 lap LCS right at us. Right now, John DeMeester out to the early race lead. Brandon Cook with a power move on the outside. And they are going to try to go 3 wide early on in this one. Right now, you don't want to make a mistake, and Hayden Swank going to go around, and the yellow flag going to come out for the first time here in the last chance showdown as Hayden Swank got, is it fair to say he was punted?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that happens, but yes, you can say that.
I don't think it was on purpose. It's just the nature.
Absolutely not.
Just the nature of running here. Just kind of like reminds me of Oxford. Just on the west coast.
Yeah. In my opinion, they should run this track flat as over and let it be a dadgum camping lot spot.
Well, it is in real life, Dobbs.
Well, this track sucks. You can't pass here, and I always hate it.
The number 25 of Colby Garrett getting into the rear bumpered cap of the 35 of Hayden Swank. Send him around. And that will put us underneath our first yellow flag of the evening here in the last chance showdown.
You ever had a last chance, Al?
No. Well, yes, many times. I'm not very good at behind the wheel. That's why I've given it up.
Oh, come on, Al.
It's like AA. I'm a quitter, you know?
Oh, quitters go to rehab, Al. Come on now.
Well, that's why I'm up here with you.
Hey, I tried to run Wednesday night. I just suck.
That driver's show's a little tight, too.
Ah, yeah, I tell you what. I'll not give my opinion about these street stock drivers on Wednesday night. We'll just focus on this race right here and move on.
Oh, boy. The millions and millions are very proud of you. Green flag is up. We're back underway here in the last chance showdown. 18 laps to go. Right now, the 35 of Hayden Swank in that final transfer spot. John DeMeester rolling the outside of the racetrack. He's up there in trouble. Braden Cook leads it.
Yeah, I think Braden took some lessons from Zach Nichols and Jaden Katachri. Get out front and be gone, and then nobody can catch you.
JJ, right now, you just want to be in that top 6 spots right now. John DeMeester is on the hot seat. He's got the Pennzoil 25 of Garrett trying to hunt a way around him. That time going to cross him up down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4.
Tell you what, I feel bad for Swank. Swank's having one of the worst nights I've ever saw him tonight. He just cannot get nothing going.
I tell you though, Swank in that 5th spot, doing what he needs to do, is right now maybe he's getting all the roughness out of the way here in the heat races and the last chance showdown, and he will find as he tries to find a way around the 73 of Jamie Prevost. Prevost into the 4th spot. Swank, and these spots all do matter. It's going to start you up a little bit further.
Yeah, right now, if I'm Prevost, though, I'm just going to let the Swank get by me and focus. Oh, don't hit him right here, but just oh, little contact. Whoa! I'm going to try to focus just getting in the show, Al. I mean, golly.
Yeah, as we go on board with Jamie Prevost in that 73 car, as you see the top 3 cars all nose to tail. And the further spots you get up here tonight, the further you're going to start on the starting grid. And with 26 of these Postma flooring late model stock drivers, it is going to make a big difference here. And right now, here comes the 25 of Garrett. He's trying to make a move on Prevost. John DeMeester trying to reel these 2 back in. Is right now the 25 of Garrett holds on to that final transfer spot. Meanwhile, Cook, McRae, and Rogers have checked out over 4th place running Swank as they work down here through turns 3 and 4, coming to 8 laps to go.
8 laps to go, and they should have made this race 40 laps. It's been so entertaining.
Jason, I hope you brought extra security with you tonight.
Me? I did. Hey, I'm being realistic here. I've watched my boy Hayden Swank work his way up into the top 4. After a rough start tonight, Hayden has had one heck of a rough start. Look at the battle up front, though, Al. 1, 2, 3 right here.
Yeah, they are underneath the blanket. We were just watching the battle for the final transfer spot. John DeMeester has not given up there with his Home Depot Mustang. Prevost wide. Here comes Garrett down to the inside with just 5 laps to go. They're side by side. Now Prevost up the racetrack. He's got room to get down. John DeMeester was not close enough to make a move. Now Prevost back to the inside trying to make a move on Garrett. Unable to do so. Now finds himself pressure from John DeMeester.
While that's going on, you talk about a race. J.J. McCray, Braden Cook, and Tim Rogers right here. They're all 3 battling for that number 1 spot.
J.J. McCray has wrestled that away from Braden Cook. Now Tim Rogers getting by there, and as they battled hard, look who's in there now. It's a 4-car battle with 2 laps to go, this time at the line. McCray, Rogers, Cook, and Swank, your top 4.
Yeah, those top 4 is definitely run away from the pack. Now the other 3 back there, they got to focus and make sure they make the show. Only 1 spot. 1 person goes home.
Up off of turn number 4, white flag will fly. These 4 cars just got to keep it pointed in the right direction, and they will race tonight's main event, the LaPlante Racing Products 120. Through turns 3 and 4, McCray going to hold on. He's going to pick up the win. Rogers, Cook, and Swank, who's going to be the final transfer spot. Colby Garrett's going to come home 5th, and Jamie Prevost will be our 6th and final car locked in. John DeMeester is going to have to box it up and head back to Home Depot. Try to build a little bit more speed in that number 2 car for next week. Tough break for John DeMeester. Meanwhile, I've heard some rumblings up the stairs. You might need your bodyguard. Man, Mark is fired up there. He wants a piece of you.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow night, Al. Just tell him I'll see you tomorrow night right there.
I'm sure he knows.
The 98 car will be ready to go. It's ready in the box, virtual box. We're ready, baby.
All right, we got a quick warm-up session coming up onto the racetrack right now, and as they do that, it is a good time to thank you all for tuning on in here tonight for the running of the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour live from Irwindale right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And with that being said, we'll be right back here after a quick word from a couple of our sponsors.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Oh. Wait.
That's a strike right there. Woo! Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And welcome back here to the Irwindale Speedway, where Upstate Allen, Race, and Jason are with you here tonight. We're proud to have you along with us. Though all complaints can be forwarded to Turn 3 at Race and Jason Drive, Crossville, Tennessee.
Oh my God! He straight up gives them. Oh yeah, unbelievable.
Oh, man, I'm really looking forward to this feature event. We were just talking while you were stuffing your face with those funnel cakes. Can you believe it, folks? He didn't even bring one up for me. Selfish, you know.
Hey, I'm sorry, Al. I'm getting. Oh, we're contact. I'm getting a little fatter.
Gotta get that left side percentage up. I understand. We all understand.
Yeah, I'm gonna be wheeling 2 race cars this season, Al. I gotta eat all I can. I gotta be healthy.
You gotta eat some of that rabbit food then. Practice though going to be finishing up, and Luke Shannon gonna win our hot lap session, final warm up session here tonight. 120 laps. I think you're gonna want to be on the inside row, but I could be mistaken. But this is what our 26 car field will look like. These are your first 6 rows as the cars start to populate up here on the front stretch. This is your starting lineup. Starting on the pole, virtue of the redraw down in the pit area will be Chuck Darling, car number 88. Outside of him will be the number 20 of Reagan Ford. Andrew Payne will roll off third, and outside of him, a multi-time winner, it'll be the number 21 of Greggy Long. Number 18 of Devin McDonald will roll off fifth, and outside of him, the number 1 in the Kyle Larson wannabe car, that's what you called it, will start off 6th. 7th spot will be the 85 of Brandon Kiger. Jimmy Gawker will be 8th. Luke Shannon and Riley Duncan making up row number 5. And your 6th row, Jaden Kratacci and Zach Nichols.
Wasn't that me, Al?
It's supposed to be.
What did you say? Row 8, so I do 17.
You are 13th as Braxton Luis. Andrew Hardings is, see, he's all jacked up on Mountain Dew in here.
Sorry, okay, so I'm going to hit number 16 now, right? No, 15.
Hurry it up, we're almost out of time.
All right, Andrew Harding starting 15th. And starting 16th, 38 car, Dave Payton. Starting, oh no, P7, this is all jacked up, Al. Starting P16 will be the man, Zach Colbeer, Zach Coyer. Starting P18 will be the number 36 of Brad Gresham. Starting P18 will be the 990 of TJ Hansen. And starting P19 will be the 86 of Steve Hoffman. Starting P20 will be the 03 of Mike McCaskill. Starting P21 will be JJ McCray. Starting P22 will be the 5 of Tim Rogers. Starting P23 will be the 038 of Braden Cook. And on the outside of him will be the 35 of Hayden Swank. Starting P25th will be the 25 of Colby Garrett. And last but not least, got in the show, Kidney Prevention, the beautiful car on the show, the 73 of Jamie Prevost, starting P26. Al, let's go. 120 laps. Irwindale, enter, baby. Let's roll.
Let's go. 26 cars strong, 120 laps to get it done here tonight. Yellow flag laps will count in this in the A main. This is leg number 2 for the LaPlante Racing Products late model Triple Crown Series, and LaPlante Racing Products, a proud initiative for the scaphoid wrist device. Make sure you look up LaPlante Racing Products, and if you drive an open wheel car, get one today. But the green flag is up, and we are racing.
What a launch by Chuck Darling right there in that 88 car. Try to get some going, because this is going to be one wild race right here, Al.
Yeah, it's going to be wild, and these cars all stacked up. Andrew Payne already looking up underneath the number 20 of Reagan. Here comes Long as well. A little bit deeper in the back. They're still 2x2. And look at them all fanning back here. JJ McCray, they were all 2, 3, 4 wide. They're still 3, 4 wide. Oh, boy, look at this. In the 25 of Colby Garrett, they're going to go 4 wide off of turn number 4. You said it couldn't be done. They said, hold my beer.
Oh, wow. I tell you what, Al, this is some great racing. I didn't expect this. These guys want to hunt the front tonight, baby. We're early, too, in this race.
Already 4 laps into this one is the up front. Chuck Darling leads it over Andrew Payne. Payne down to the inside. He'll hit the hooks trying to wrap the inside. And Andrew Payne trying to run away and hide here. Chuck Darling says, not so fast. I'm going to battle back on the outside. And I tell you, this race is going to be... Oh, one car around in front of the field.
Oh.
Reagan Ford, and that will bring out our first Calorico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag. And Reagan going to take the tow to pit road over there behind the corner. His yellow flag will come out for the very first time. Let's take a peek and see what exactly happened to Reagan. Racing the outside of the 1 of Talarico, the 18 of McDonald on the inside, and just slight contact around he went, and hard contacts will send him up and out of contention, and I believe it knocked the rear end out of that race car, Dobbs. Not good early on in this one.
No, you do not want that. And just a tough racing deal there. I mean, you're fighting for that bottom spot. And man, that's a hard shot right there in that right rear.
Jimmy Gawker is the car he made contact with. He is on pit road right now. Trying to get that car fixed. And I tell you, this is a track that you really can't afford to go down pit road. If you do, you're going to find yourselves multiple laps down depending on what you have to do on there. And it looks like the 20 of Reagan Ford has pushed the 20 car back to the hauler. So that's a tough break for the number 20 here early on in this one. After a great starting spot for Ford, he'll be our first retiree.
Not too good. And what's it? A63 Gaming TV. What's up, Mr. Darrell? Out there, it's good to see that guy.
You got fans everywhere.
I do, Al. I got millions of fans out there, Al. I love it. You know, it's hard being famous.
I'm just riding your coattails.
Oh, here we go, Al. Andrew Payne gets a launch. We're racing again.
Down in the turn 1 they go. Chuck Darling up on the outside. Tanner Talarico quickly down to the inside of him, trying to make something happen through turns 3 and 4. Everybody jostling for position. How about Jaden Kratacci up 5 spots so far and started back in P11. He is making his way towards the front. Zach Nichols runs in the 10th spot. Riley Duncan and Braxton Louise side by side. That's the battle for the 9th spot.
Yeah, good battle for that last and final podium spot. Tanner Talarico, Chuck Darling. Right here, they're battling it out. Tanner got the edge, though. Darwin's got to get to the inside because McDonald is hot to trot right there behind him.
And look, don't look now with the 85 of Kiger down to the inside of Jaden Kratacci. More contact. They're hitting the hooks there. They're battling for that inside lane. And I tell you, if there was tire marks to be had, tonight would be the night the tire marks would be all down the right and left sides of these race cars.
Yeah, I tell you what, there are going to be a lot of tire marks on these cars, probably a lot of hot tempers, and probably a lot of security going to be going to the pit road tonight, Al.
Well, there's going to be some up here for you with all the stuff you've been saying.
Hey, I took my medicine before we got on, Al. It fired me up, son.
I got you. Andrew Payne out front over long, and we're watching the battle back here between Duncan and Kratacci, and they are everything but leaning on each other. I mean, the gloves are off early on in this one. Already 16 laps in the book, working lap 17 is now Tanner Talarico around Greggy Long for the number 2 spot. And he'll set sail, trying to catch the 93 of Andrew Payne as they all work around this racetrack. And I tell you, the laps click off.
Well, sorry, Al, I was watching the 44, the 97. All those cats back there, they are 3 wide battling out. Jaden Kratacci. Woo, man, they were doing some racing right there.
Yeah, they got around TJ Hassan, who is down 1 lap to your race leaders now, as they are still there. Kratacci stuck on the outside, and he's got the line lined up behind him. He might have a little bit of a gap there between himself between the 8 and the 990 is now David Payton going to work around Hassan as well. Kurtachi sees that and going to follow right back in line behind the number 8 of Braxton Louise. Zach Coyer right there as well.
They start to single file out, you know, and still a lot of laps left in this one, Al. You know, we're just under 21 in and still under 100 to go. Less than 100, whatever.
Yeah, this one's going to be over quick. You do not want to blink your eye. Right now, Tallarico starting to close in on that 93 of Andrew Payne. One car headed to pit side. Looks like that is Jimmy Gawker. Remember, Gawker sustained damage in our yellow flag here that took out the number 20 of Reagan Ford. So a tough break for Gawker, who had a good race car underneath him once again here tonight. His Lady Luck not on his side.
No, not a good night for him. And I went to check in on our boy Hayden Swank. He's running P14. He's moved up some spots. Moved up 10 spots from that start 24th position.
Right now, the battle for your race lead starting to tighten up as Tallarico has drawn in ever so slightly to the race lead. It is now Zach Nichols making a move as him and Brandon Kiger making a pass there as that'll move the 44 of Nichols up into P number 6. Riley Duncan throws it in deep as the Tallarico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag will fly once again, and it's for the 86 of Steve Hoffman up in turn number 2 on the outside. Armco barrier, and it's going to trap himself, I think, down one lap here. So that's going to get the field in there, and I tell you, it's like Russian roulette out there, Dobbs. It's one of those things where you want to be, I think, an odd number here tonight on these restarts.
Oh, absolutely. You want to be on the bottom, because if not, you're going to be freight train to the back.
So we'll see. I believe TJ Hassan going to get the LaPlante Racing Products free pass here tonight. So he'll get back on the lead lap. That'll give us 24 cars on the lead lap. Jimmy Gawker still on pit road getting damage fixed to the number 2 car. And then I believe Steve Hoffman will be our only car one lap down. So 23 cars on the lead lap at the quarter 25, the quarter mark of this race.
Eric Hahn wants to know, Al, if you're going to race again.
Tanner said I wasn't allowed to. Yeah,
Why not?
The Jet is race controlled tonight. He'll be in the booth tomorrow night. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Al Smith's going to be coming back.
I want to know when Eric is going to come back and race with us.
Oh, here we go. Green flag, Al. We got cars side by side beating each other to death right here.
Yeah, all trying to vie for that all-important bottom side there. Hayden Swank getting to the bottom side. Now Kurtachi stuck to the outside along with the 44 of Zach Nichols. Chuck Darling there as well. Here they go.
There they go. Keeger got a little sideways right there. Saved it in that 85 car. I like that gold chrome on that whole hot rod. That thing looks good.
Yeah, sharp-looking hot rod. Braxton Louise up underneath the 44 of Zach Nichols. And these two drivers battle night in and night out here. And is it by anybody's surprise that they're side-by-side here at Irwindale at the early stages? Riley Duncan in that easy clean number 97. He's trying to fill the hole, but now Nichols going to be able to get to the inside back in P number 8. Jaden Kurtachi still rolls the outside, and he's trying to make some ground up there. Unable to do so far, but he draws even with Duncan.
Yeah, pretty good race. And I'm real impressed with Tanner Tallarico. Started up on that outside line on that restart. He fell back one spot to third, so hang right there for another yellow, and he'll have a shot for second again.
Yeah, you don't want to wait too long, though. If it feels like it's going to be a green flag run, though, is now the 44 of Nichols. He'll dive it down to the inside of the 8 car of Braxton Luis. Luis trying to battle back on the outside. And it is tough sledding there on the outside of this racetrack. A little bit of a hole there behind as he's going to try to get in there. The 88 of Darling slides it in there, slides the tires a little bit. That's going to allow Braxton Luis to get to that all-important inside lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's a daggum traffic jam all the way back. Hayden Swank's trying not to run over Dave Payton right here, but he's giving a little shot in the back end. Back of the shorts. Nothing wrong with it. A little short track racing. Hayden started 24th up P12 right now. He is really coming.
Yeah, he is working there. We're on board with Swank right now as he works around the 38 of Payton. He's going to bring McRae alongside him as well. So the driver out of Woodstock, Georgia, making his way towards the front after having to run that last chance qualifier. And the yellow flag coming out once again. Looks like Brandon Kiger might be the reason for the yellow flag, I think.
Well, Tim Rogers' car is tracking like a CO2 car back in the day. COT car, baby. That thing is woo!
Yeah, she's a little crab walk to her. Let's see what brought out this yellow flag. Looks like Tim Rogers obviously involved with it. That'll help it corner a little bit, though.
Yeah, that thing is woo!
You see Tim Rogers working up underneath the 25 of Garrett. They make a little bit of contact. Garrett tries to cross him back over and nowhere to go. The 45 gets tagged by Gresham, and that bends that left rear for Tim Rogers. So Tim Rogers' night still went from good to bad, and even worse now after having to come from that last chance showdown. His car a little... I don't know. That may help him through the corner. What do you think, Racing Jason?
Maybe. I mean, that joker is bummed sideways. Looks like a dog is chasing his tail running down the sidewalk right now, but hey, as long as the sponsors can see that skull, baby, it's all right then.
I say the skull can may be a little bit dented up right now, but we'll see how this car will track when we go back to racing, and he's feeling it out right now as the field doubles up behind the pace car. Andrew Payne has led us since the green flag has dropped. Tanner Tallarico will restart on the inside lane. So we'll see how this one shakes out here as the field rolls into turns 3 and 4. The pace car gonna hit the hammer. We're back underway. Andrew Payne not waiting for anybody. He's back underway into turn number 1.
Yeah, sure enough did. Now Tanner's got to get to that inside. Try to pick up P2, but Greggy Long's holding it pretty good out there on that outside.
Yeah, Long doing a good job on the outside there as they all work the 85 of Kiger down to the inside of Greggy Long. He'll move him to the outside. They make contact right in front of the 44 of Zach Nichols. And they are still beating the bang, and Nichols up the racetrack.
He got shoved out of the way pretty hard by McDonald right there.
I would have called that the old Canadian flea flicker.
Oh, no!
Kiger around in front of the field. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, no.
And we'll see what happens. Braxton Luis might have got a little piece of that as well.
Tough break for Kiger, man. Man, he had a run. He had a shot. Man.
Braden, I jinxed him, I think. It's Racing Jason's fault, Kiger. If you when you're watching this, it was his fault.
Hey, will you quit throwing me under the bus, Al? I've already got enough people out there wanting to get some of me tonight. Now, come on.
Oh, Lord. Let's take a look here and see what happened down in the turns 1 and 2. He was racing with Greggy Long. Long to the outside. He got tagged by the 18 of Braxton Luis, and Long just right to the back bumper. And around he will go, and around he go. McRae gets turned as he was checking up for this, and I think J.J. McRae might have gotten the worst of it all. And that will bring us underneath our yellow flag here for the 4th time this evening. Andrew Payne liking this driver not liking it. It has to be Tanner Tallarico, which will find himself back on the outside on this restart.
Yeah, he got down pretty quick that last restart, though, Al. He jumped to the bottom. Was riding P3 right there, but we're at lap 50. The patients are going to get thinner, and we're going to see what happens here.
I do agree with that assumption. Let's take a look at your hard charger so far. Is this driver, the driver out of Woodstock, Georgia, the 35 of Hayden Swank, up 15 spots. Started back in P number 24, up to 9th right now. A lot of movers and groovers. As the field doubles up behind the pace car, Andrew Payne has led every lap so far. Some heavy hitters coming through the field behind him. Green flag is up, and a good restart there. As Tanner Tallarico able to get down into that number 2 spot right there behind the 93. Zach Nichols up to 4th, though, as he will work around that Rowdy Energy car.
Yeah, I tell you what, Tanner must have paid Greggy Long a little bit of money right there. A little bit of hush money, because Long didn't get a good launch, and he was able to jump to the bottom right there. That's maybe going to be inviting him to the Easter Sunday dinner here in a couple of weeks.
It is possible. Maybe found an Easter egg or not. But right now, the 44 of Nichols finds himself in the P number 3 and yellow flag coming out once again. Luke Shannon has gone around in the 13 car. And he'll get it pointed back in the right direction.
Oh, a tough break for Rogers. He is... That car...
Looks like
car looks rough.
Looks like it has maybe a little bit of right front damage now.
It looks like he has got a spacer in that right front, son, about 6 inches.
And he is going to take that car pit side. A tough break for Tim Rogers. I bet you wrong spot, wrong time. Let's take a look here and see what happened with Luke Shannon. Shannon had Kiger there behind him. They come off the corner number 4. They were stacked up 2 by 2 in front of them. And Kiger just got in there a little bit hot, tags the 13 car. And then not sure what happened to Rogers. Let's go back here and see if we can find out what happened to Tim Rogers. And Rogers is already in trouble on the back stretch, so gotta believe maybe that right front tire just gone down with all the damage that he had. What says it, Jason?
I'm sorry?
So what says you? Right now, you got 93 of Andrew Payne up front. Tallarico is second. Third, Zach Nichols. Anybody surprised that he's able to make his way up through the field? He has been one of the top dogs here on Tuesday nights here in the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Division. Greggy Long, a multi-time feature winner this season as well. Jaden Kratacci right there. Green flag is up, and we are back underway.
Go. Wow, going to be some great racing, and it's going to be halfway home, baby. We're ready to rock and roll.
Jaden Kratacci now working up underneath the 1 of Tanner Tallarico. Tallarico going to try to get down. Not quite cleared just yet. Has to stay up in that upper lane. Kratacci down low. Look at Swake up into the 6th spot as he'll try to work underneath the 21. He'll make a little bit of contact. 8 wheels turn better than 4.
Yeah, they do. And Swank, he has impressed me all night long. He had a bad heat race. I mean, not a bad LCQ run, but not the greatest. He's up there trying to hunt the front, getting the top 5 tonight, Al.
He is up there, up 19 spots. Zach Nichols up 10, looking for the race lead as he hunts there behind the 93 of Andrew Payne. And Payne really holding a nice wheel right now.
Yeah, he is, but we've seen the the comer goers, and we see Nichols and Katachri right there, two of the best that's ever been here, and those guys are coming.
Yeah, they have methodically worked Lady Luck on their side with some of these restarts, but they have raced their way up into the second and third at the halfway point, just past the halfway point, honestly. 65 laps in as we work the back half of this 120-lap main event.
Payne's running a good line, though, up there, P193 car. We haven't seen lap traffic none tonight, Al, because the yellows keep coming out, so that's a plus.
A little bit deeper back here in the pack. The number 8 car of Braxton Louisa did not see what happened to Braxton. Looks like he came down pit road, though. Dobbs back on lap 56 to take a look at some damage, and he is trying to make his way back up through the field. He finds himself in that 15th spot, so we missed him going down pit road. So that Interstate Ford trying to make his way back towards the front. How about the number 86 of Steve Hoffman? He was spun, pointed into the outside wall at one point. He finds himself now running in the 12th spot, and he is hunting underneath the 38 of Cook and the 18 of Devin McDonald for a top 10 spot.
Yeah, he is. Got a good-looking white, yellow car, blue numbers. I like that. The car looks pretty good. He's just buying some time here, later stages in the race. Picking them up and setting them down now.
That he is, as they all work around this racetrack. Cook working the outside back here. There's a good battles raging on in the midpoint of this race. Braxton Louise trying to find a way around the 45 of Harding. So take a look to the inside. He will get there. So the two teammates up on the outside. They got the 13 of Luke Shannon right there. Remember, Shannon was in the spin cycle just a few laps ago as well. They are all hunting the top 10.
You want to talk about a battle? Greggy Long in the 21, Hayden Swank in the 35. Greggy got a little aggressive right there with Hayden. Kind of got him up out of the groove and passed him, but Hayden may have burned his tires off coming so deep in the field. He's getting knocked around like a pinball. Here comes Cold Beer Zach Coyer, little shots in the shorts.
They are putting on a show right now as they work around this racetrack, and Zach Nichols trying to figure out where he can make maybe a move on Andrew Payne, but Andrew Payne in that 93 car has led the most laps here tonight. No one's going to lead more than him. He would like to lead them all. Zach Nichols trying to get the victory lane. Jaden Kurtatsky right there as well. And I'm just seeing a little bit of slideness coming out of that 44 off the corner, where Andrew Payne's car is keeping it pretty pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, he's got a fast car. What about this guy right here? Zach Coyer, he started P16 up to P8. Picked up 8 positions. He's right here in the mix. Trying to get a top 5 tonight, Al.
Battle for second, though, as the 44 car got a little bit loose. That allowed the 11 car to get up underneath them, and Tallarico is smelling the blood in the water. He is right there as well. So to the 44, Swank going backwards. Something happening to Hayden Swank. He is all the way back into the 17th spot, and the yellow flag will fly. For Hayden, and I'm assuming Hayden Swank was in trouble. Bring out the yellow flag here with 40 laps to go, and that is going to be good news for Zach Nichols, I believe. It looked like his tires were getting a little bit hot and heated there. Let's take a look here and see what happened to the 35 of Swank. He was right there with Zach Coyer. Got up off the corner, was a little bit loose, and Coyer tried to stay off of him but couldn't. And the 35 car gets sent to the infield, comes back out in front of traffic, and race control throws the yellow flag. So Swank coming down pit road, he'll come back out onto the racetrack. So interesting play call. A few drivers in on pit road right now. It looks like they are going to lose a lap, or if not more, to the race leaders. Is Riley Duncan going to get back on the lead lap? And pit road on the outside of turns 1 and 2 on the big track. And I believe that the RacePhoneWraps.com Street Stock Series will be on the outside track tomorrow night. Did you tow?
Oh, on the outside.
Did you tow the race car out here?
It's coming in the morning now. I took off a little bit earlier, but I've got it ready to go.
Oh, I see. You're just one of those helmet in the bag drivers.
That's me, you know what I mean? I don't work on the thing. They bring it to me, and I make sure my feet get wiped out before I get in the gentleman, you know what I mean?
I understand. Green flag about to come back out. The 93 of Andrew Payne steps on the loud pedal. We are back underway.
I'm telling you, don't count out this 13 car Coyer. He is hunting the front. He's on a mission. He's going to try to get on the podium.
He is back into the 6th spot there. Now Kratacci going to get down in front of Greggy Long. That's going to bottleneck the back here a little bit. One car going around. It's the 78 of J.J. McRae, and the yellow flag will fly as McRae's Caterpillar has spit out a track. He's getting turned more than Ryan Newman.
Oh my gosh.
See right here, Luke Shannon right there behind him off of turn number 4. Get down in the turns 1 and 2. And the field stacks up, and Shannon right into the back bumper, and around he will go. To bring out our yellow flag here, presented by Tallarico's Boardwalk Subs, serving soup, salads, subs, you name it. You eat too much, you'll look like Dobbs.
Oh my gosh. Unbelievable.
I get my jabs in when I can. Mark's going to knock you down the stairs.
He's going to be looking for that 98 car tomorrow night, isn't he?
I'd disguise it if I were you.
Oh man, he's gonna be trying to knock me out of the way. Oh man.
You might want to tune in for that one. I heard that Mark and Racing Jason will be jello fighting by the porta potty in the infield tomorrow night.
I'll tell you what, I like to have some good jello shots.
All right, field doubling up behind the pace car. We are about to go green flag racing with 31 laps remaining in the LaPlante Racing Products 120 for the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Division. Ready to go green flag, back at it, and we are back underway.
Here we go. Well, going to be exciting right here.
Nichols able to get back to the inside relatively quick in front of Jaden Kratacci. Remember, those two drivers are teammates. And Nichols leading the points and the overall points. Oh, a little bit of bumper tag. Hang on to it, Chuck Darling.
Wow, what a save.
Somehow we keep a green flag racing, and the Hoffman there. Braxton Luis all the way back up into the top 10. As he's right there behind the 86 of Hoffman.
Hoffman's got a good run in that 86 car.
I would say so after being trapped a lap down and being spun out.
Yeah, I saw out there somewhere Ned Hoffman said keep it going, Hoffman, in the chat, so he's got some people out there tuning in for him.
How about this bottleneck back here? They are 3-4 wide. One car way up the racetrack. That's the 2 of Jimmy Gawker. He makes contact with a 990. All these cars back here battling for the free pass. out there trying to make a name for themselves. They got the 38 car, David Payton, a lead lap car right in the middle of all this, trying to make something happen.
So the guys in the farther back are trying to get the Corey LaJoy award, huh?
That was a low blow.
He's always in the back. Who likes Corey LaJoy? That gun.
I do.
Guy's terrible. Anyway, backyard racing here.
Oh, Nichols up the racetrack. That opens the inside for Kurtachi.
Tell you what, though, Andrew Payne has got a heck of a hot rod tonight. He has just not looked back nowhere.
And I tell you, he's keeping that car right underneath him. And the difference I see between his car and, say, the 44 is Nichols' rear tires are probably screaming at him. His car is plumb sideways sometimes out of the corner trying to get the power down. He's got to cool those rear tires to make something happen. Greggy Long running in fourth. Tallarico is fifth. Zach Coyer is in that sixth position. Seventh is Chuck Darling, and he's starting to feel the pressure as the Tallarico Boardwalk Sub yellow flag comes out for the eighth time. This time is out for TJ Hassan, who is running back in the 16th position. He was racing with McCrae, comes off the corner. He's got the 25 of Garrett as well, and they just met there with Kiger, and around he will go. And I tell you, the 85 of Kiger, his night went from good to bad to worse.
Yeah, that's a tough break for him too, man. That's an awesome looking car. I love the numbers on that thing.
Yeah, you're riling up the chat tonight, Racing Jason.
Hey, we got to keep it entertaining up here, Al. We got to get the views, son. It's all about the views.
Well, the views come from all the racers and the awesome racing that they let us talk about.
That's right. Good racing, though, tonight, Al.
18 laps to go currently.
I'll tell you one thing about the ASRC series. They put on a heck of a show, though. They got a good group, and those guys ought to be proud. They ought to take pride in themselves for what they do each and every week for these drivers, to have them somewhere to race at in a nice platform like this.
Absolutely, and they work through turns 3 and 4. Andrew Payne gonna have to be ready to go as he'll get into the Postma flooring restart zone. Green flag is up. We're back underway. Zach Nichols right to the inside here. Greggy Long to the outside. A little contact there with Kurtachi. They're side by side.
Payton's around. We got one driving through the middle.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. David Payton involved in this one. So a quick yellow flag. So they were stacked up there. Luke Shannon's been around it all. Down in the turns 1 and 2 they go, and just got tagged by TJ Hassan, tagging the 38 car. So now Zach Nichols will get to start on the outside once again. Hayden Swink going to get the free pass. With 14 laps to go, that'll put them 17 cars on the lead lap.
Biggest move of the race so far, Al. Still Zach Coyer.
He's into something, Eric. I don't know. We'll have to have him tested. Eric,
Oh, wow.
Eric thinks you've been in the sauce tonight.
I've been into something, man. I'll tell you what, I'm ready to go.
He's been amped up since 9 o'clock this morning when we got here to set up.
Yes, sir. Hunting the front, baby.
Jaden Gratachi's going to restart third. Fourth will be Greggy Long. Fifth spot, Zach Coyer, number 1 at Tallarico. In sixth, seventh is the 8 of Braxton Louise, Chuck Darling, Steve Hoffman, and Riley Duncan. Your top 10 green flag is up, and we're back underway.
Well, I'll tell you what, Payne, he didn't let the pace car get off the track. He was gone.
Oh, one car way up the racetrack. That's the 44 of Zach Nichols. Somehow holds on to that number 2 spot. And the yellow flag going to come out once again.
Now, we've had some good racing now. I don't know why all these yellows are starting to come out all of a sudden. I believe that caution's going to be on Hayden Swank, Al, 35.
So 9 laps to go. The hourglass starting to dwindle here for these race leaders. I'll tell you the guy that is absolutely loving it is the 93 of Andrew Payne.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a race, though, man. I tell you, I'm really impressed with him. Impressed with Nichols also, Katachri. They worked their way from that back starting position to get up through there.
They sure did. Right now, your top 5 looks like this. Andrew Payne leads it over Zach Nichols. Jaden Kratachi is 3rd. Greggy Long is 4th. Tanner Tallarico is 5th. Zach Coyer is going to be 6th. 7th spot, I believe, is Braxton DeWeese. The 8th will be the 86 of Steve Hoffman. Chuck Darling and Riley Duncan, your top 10. J.J. McRae, Luke Shannon, 11th and 12th. Andrew Hardings, Braden Cook, David Payton, Brandon Kiger, Hayden Swank, and Devin McDonald. Your 18 cars on the lead lap as the pace car gets ready to go. And Andrew Payne is ready to go.
Ooh. Greggy Long spun the tires right there. Almost had a melee with Tanner Tallarico.
They're still side by side for spot number 2. Tallarico down to the inside. Here comes the 8 of Braxton Louise underneath the 13 of Coyer. 5 laps to go here at the LaPlante Racing Products 120.
We may get there, Al, under green.
And I tell you, right now, Jaden Kratachi is all over the backside. He is making that car arc the corners, carrying a lot of corner speed right now down the backstretch.
Oh.
And the yellow flag flies once again as TJ Hassan and Devin McDonald, Andrew Harding's all involved, Hayden Swank.
Boston's breed cautions, Al.
Oh, we got a little extracurricular activity here at the back of the field between Swank and Hassan. Take a look here and see what brought out this yellow flag. Hassan got in, hit the brakes there to stay off the backside of the 25 car of Colby Garrett, and they spun down there. They get back underway. Down in the corner, Hassan hits the right rear, spins around, and then drives through the 35 of Hayden Swank. So we'll let race control take care of what they need to take care of on that ordeal. Well, we're headed to extra laps.
Extra laps, extra temps. Race control's going to have to watch some of these actions. May have a few fines and stuff thrown out in the next week, Al. It's going to be interesting. right rear hooks are not good. And Payne pick up a win. He's led 121 laps.
Pace car back on the green flag. Here we go. Green flag is up. We're back underway.
Oh, no!
Greggy Long around yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, my goodness.
And that was massive down here in the turns.
They're
1
still
and 2.
wrecking each other. Wow.
Andrew Payne is going to go on to win with a 1 attempt at the green-white checkered. And we'll see how everything else shakes out. And we'll have to watch this one back.
Wow.
As we were watching Andrew Payne on that restart. And we'll go back here and see if we can find out what happened.
Looks like the Weiss got in the back of Tanner maybe, and then I saw the 13 of Shannon just absolutely demolished the 18 of McDonald.
Oh, yeah, it looked like on that restart, and that hooked the 21 of Greggy Long, which grabbed the 11 of Kratacci. Oh, right in front of their big melee. Down in there. Braxton Louise, hard contact. Riley Duncan as well. We come back to live pictures. Andrew Payne burning it down, leading all the laps here this evening.
Wow.
Zach Nichols finishing second. Unofficially, Tanner Tallarico credited with third. That's the first win for Andrew Payne this season here. As we head downstairs for the LaPlante Racing Products post-race show presented by Postma Flooring. Be careful down there, Jason. He is still... I think Andrew's a little excited over this one here tonight.
He is. He absolutely is. He's still burning that joker down.
Andrew Payne gonna pick up the win. Tanner Tallarico will be in the second spot, and I believe you're gonna catch up with our race winner here tonight as he's unbuckling after a massive burnout.
Sure enough, I have, Al. I've caught up with our race winner tonight, Andrew Payne, in this 93 car, buddy. How the heck did you lead all the laps?
Oh man, well, honestly, those cautions helped me massively, but oh man, I wanted that one so bad. That's the I haven't run in the top 3 at all this season, haven't led any laps, and I knew tonight might be the night that I could finally get one, and lo and behold, I finally got myself one this season, and I wanted this one really bad.
I'll tell you what, man, those cautions sure did help you out, keep the tires cold. Looks like you had a good line, though, man. You kept that left rear hooked on that yellow line, and that thing was digging all night long, man. Impressive ride driving by you, buddy.
Yeah, that sort of right below the yellow line on the bottom was really good. We found that out in practice, and it just seemed to work. It kept the rears on the car, and because I know if we're missing the bottom, it was really hurting the right rear. So just I know I got a sled on one time going a little bit too low, but that line works really well. I'm glad that I was able to learn a little bit before the race started, because that for sure helped. You know, get to the lead and maintain the lead when I did. But man, I was nervous for this race. I wasn't sure how this one was going to go. So to come out here with a win is a little bit more than I expected, but I'm really happy with it.
Well, hey, man, heck of a win, though. California kid wins in California in the chat right now is what they're saying. So that's got to pump you up even more.
Yeah, it's really cool to win out at my technically my home track on the schedule this season, especially not being able to go see this place in real life anymore with them tearing it down. So being able to finally get one here, I've been close on the big track a few times, so I will take the mini track for sure. The mini track is definitely its own animal, but happy to finally win one in my home state.
Well, heck yeah, man. Congratulations on this win. Got a lot of people want to thank on this old hot rod.
Well, first and foremost, huge shout out to you, Jason, and Al, and the whole Turn 3 group for broadcasting these races. I'm gonna, especially this one, gonna enjoy going back and watching the replay on this. Huge shout out to Brett and Tanner and all the other admins for putting on this league, this series. This season has been a total blast between this and the street stocks. Huge shout out to all my partners: QuickTime Motorsports Media, Hall Metal Fab, Citrus Heights Sawn Mower, V&H Fresh, Tiltify. Huge shout out to my parents and grandparents and supporting me for all my racing that I've done in my life. Huge shout out to all the fellow competitors out there, especially Zach and Jaden, tonight especially, because they raced me really clean, and they raced me really hard, and it was a welcome change. It was welcome to get run really cleanly. Huge shout out to all the fans that come out and support the league, the broadcast, the announcers, drivers, all of us. We really appreciate their support, and we're looking forward to next week.
Well, hey, man, congratulations on the night's win, and go enjoy this one with your team, buddy.
Thank you.
So Andrew Payne going to pick up the win, and a driver who had a hard-fought battle all night long, your current high points man, and he's going to gain a few more points here tonight. Going to come home with another podium this season. The driver of the number 44 out of Stockbridge. This is Zach Nichols. And Zach, man, a hard-fought battle here on the Irwindale inner track. Man, started back there in P number 12, worked your way up here into a podium. Tell us about your night.
Yeah, it was eventful to say the least. We wanted to start on the bottom for like majority of those restarts because the bottom was the way to go on the restarts and whatnot. But I kept getting hosed on the restarts and having to start on the top. So it was unfortunate. I think we could have got to the front faster with more tires underneath us because towards the end there, our right rear was pretty gone. But congrats to Andrew on the win, and it was a fun race.
Hey, come out of here with that number 2 position here. You're going to gain some more ground there. A lot of your championship rivals in the Postma Flooring late model stock, they're having some issues. Next week, we head to the high banks of Southern National. That track is its own animal. I think we could probably see maybe a couple lanes of racing. What's your outlook headed from the West Coast back to the East Coast?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's good to pull away from the to add a gap to the points, I should say. So that's always good. It's some people get a little antsy there towards the end of the races and make some bold moves, but that's good, and I'm looking forward to the next couple races to close it out.
Yeah, look in here at this regular season. Just 4 races remain on the schedule. You gotta feel pretty good about your chances at a championship.
It's never over till it's over, so I'm not gonna say nothing. We're just gonna race week by week and see if we're there at the end.
Spoken like a true racer. Zach Nichols gonna come home in that P number 2. Who makes it all possible for you, brother?
I'd like to thank Kearney's Complete Auto Service, Corrigan Oil Company, PSS&C. They help us a ton out in the real life world, and you guys for broadcasting. You guys do a great job, and all the league admins for putting this whole deal on. It's a ton of fun to come out each week and race. Well,
congratulations, Zach. Go have some water and enjoy this one here. You know, coming home in that P number 2. I know you wanted that spot, but overall, what a great night for you.
Yeah, thank you. I need some water, dude. I was white knuckling around this racetrack tonight, so we'll go get that. Thank you.
All right, Zach Nichols going to pick up the number 2 spot here tonight, and a man that's Jason is going to have to be on the best behavior tomorrow night. You got a lot of people mad at you out there. It is the man and the myth, the legend. It is Tanner Tallarico, the head honcho for the Race 1 Wrap Street Stock Series. He's going to come home with a P3 here tonight, and you got him standing by.
Yes, sir. I've got the man down here, Tanner Tallarico, in the wannabe Kyle Larson car. Tanner, on the podium. Tell us about it, buddy.
I'm just glad to finally finish one of these things again, man. It's been too long. Just season of bad luck, I feel like, and usually when get the opportunity to talk to you guys after the race, you want to be the guy that wins. But honestly, I'm just glad to even be able to talk to you with the way our seasons went. And yeah, that was a fun one, man. Eventful to say the least. Lots of cautions. No shortage of action. I felt like my race personally actually wasn't too crazy for what it could have been, but yeah, that last restart was nuts. We were coming into the restart zone, and I don't know if Jaden, it looked like maybe he missed a shift or something going from 3rd to 4th. I'm not sure, but was checking up and accordion deal, and I'm not sure who was behind me. They got into the back of me and got me sideways, and I turned somebody. I don't know what all happened there at the end, but nonetheless, you always want to run these things out under green, but like I say, I'm just happy to finally be able to talk to you guys again.
Hey, man, did a heck of a job. You fell back a little bit there, probably about 5th or 6th, but you just kept digging on that last restart. It looked like Braxton was the one got into you. But, man, you had that thing sideways and just kept digging for P3.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I wasn't even paying attention that much out the windshield as much as I was out the mirror. I was trying to, I got jacked up, and I was trying to watch the mirror and see if I had anybody on my inside, and I was going to try to kind of chase the car down, and I just was too sideways, and it just came flying down the track at me. And I think that might have been Greggy that I got into. I know it was a white car, and it happened really fast, but whoever that was, I do apologize. I'm pretty sure it was Greggy, and yeah, just nothing you can really do right there. And man, like I say, I'm just happy. I've never been so happy to have a 3rd place finish ever here on iRacing. Like I say, this season has been an absolute roller coaster. We've had a lot of speed, a lot of the races we've been to, all the way back to like Martinsville. We've had 3 or 4 of them where I think that we've had top 5 pace, and just something has happened and they went haywire at the end or something. So finally put all the puzzle pieces together, and here we are. So,
well, heck yeah, man. It's awesome to talk to you all the time, man. You put on a heck of a show each and every week with these guys in this league, and I know you want to thank a bunch of people, so go ahead.
Yeah, first things first, I want to give a quick shout out to, I'm sure it's been brought up earlier, but Jamie Prevo, one of our own here, is supporting National Kidney Month. He's a dialysis patient himself, so just want to give a quick shout out to Jamie and everything that he's doing. That's really cool that he's, using our platform to kind of show his support for that cause, so that's awesome. As far as the race car goes, I mean, we're running all fictional stuff, like you said, Kyle Larson lookalike, because why not? But do want to give a quick shout out to all the admin team here at ASRC. They're doing a great job. These tough nights like this really put them through the ringer, but we will straighten it all out, and we'll get everything back to square one like we always do. So big shout out to those guys for everything they do for the league, and then you guys as well. I mean, the premier partner of ASRC as far as broadcasting goes. You guys and Brett knock these things out of the park every single week, and don't know what we would do without you boys, so we just appreciate it. And then everybody watching the stream and supporting us on social media, it's slowly growing the league a little bit. I feel like every season we're reaching a wider and wider audience, and it's all because of all you guys, and like I say, everybody out on social media helping out. So thank you.
Well, I tell you what, Tanner, you do one heck of a job with it, and congratulations on that P3, and go. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, thanks guys. We'll catch you later.
Yep.
All right, that'll do it for our Postma Flooring post-race show here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, presented by LaPlante Racing Products. And Racing Jason, a rough and tumbled inner track did not disappoint here this evening as we look forward to tomorrow night's racing here at the Irwindale Speedway. Let's take a look at your feature results as we give our final thoughts of this LaPlante Racing Products Triple Crown Series race number 2, as Andrew Payne picked up the win. Zach Nichols was second, and third to Tanner Tallarico. And you see where the rest of your top 18 looked like here. Your final thoughts as we get ready to pack up and head back here tomorrow night for the Race1Wraps.com Street Stock Series right here at Irwindale.
Well, I tell you what, Barney the Flag Man is probably wore out from all the cautions. But all in all, it was a good race and a good interaction with the chat out there tonight, Al. They were living it up, baby, and we'll see them tomorrow night. the 98 car will be here, so check it out on Turn 3 Racing Network. We'll be ready to go, and man, good race tonight though. And Andrew Payne drove the wheels off that 93 car, and yeah, that's all I got to say. Yeah.
A great race, kind of what we expected here. Maybe got a little bit rougher than what we had imagined it would get, but we know that short tracks, flat tracks really breed a lot of anger. Not anger, I shouldn't say anger. A lot of frustration is you have to be so easy, so hard to pass, and these guys all over the top of each other. And that's why we come to love the Postma Flooring Late Model Stock Tour. Always putting on a great show and always laying a great floor down is Postma Flooring. So make sure you reach on out to them for all of your flooring needs and thank them for being the title sponsor for this late model stock series, and make sure you reach on out to them. We can't thank them enough. And we also want to thank LaPlante Racing Products being the proud sponsor of the Triple Crown Series tonight. Round number 2 of that. So we'll see how those points shake out as well, along with all the other sponsors here. And remember, March is Kidney Awareness Month here, the National Kidney Month. So make sure you take time, do a little research. We'll maybe reach on out to Jamie Prevost and see if we get an interview next week at Southern National and give him a little bit of limelight here. We know he made the show here tonight and ended up finishing back in the 16th position. But Racing Jason, it's been a pleasure. We'll see how you fare out here tomorrow night. You got a lot of people out there that are ready to fight you with their boxing gloves off. Anyways, got to go back. We're going to see you tomorrow night, and we'll see everybody here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We thank you for tuning on in. I'm Upside Down. That's Racing Jason. Have a good night, y'all.